I spend a lot of time on the move, and when I land, I'm always rushing to the next thing. So after a long flight, the only thing sweeter than touching down at Chicago O'Hare is stopping by Vosges, slowing down, discovering new flavors, and biting into a delicious piece of gourmet chocolate. And then, of course, taking some to go. My name is Adam Voss. I'm a father, an entertainer, and I'm a marketing geek on the hunt for cool brands. I've only got 12 minutes to tell you about their stories in our city. This is 12 for 12. Located along the North Branch of the Chicago River, Vosges' corporate campus is a modern Victorian oasis as sensuously infused as its chocolate. Founded in 1998 by Katrina Markoff, Vosges strives to tell stories about the world through chocolate. With an array of products from truffles to bars to caramels, Katrina is constantly concocting new recipes in her innovation lab.
This is where the action happens.
Yeah, it's part lab, part Moroccan bazaar, right?
I love it. I love your artifacts that are like Day of the Dead. There's some Art Nouveau. There's Frankensteinian like lab glass behind us.
I'm visually inspired.
So what inspired you to start a chocolate company?
Well, I had traveled around the world, studying food, and I got to the States and I didn't want to be a chef. And then I realized that there was no innovation happening in chocolate, yet people were starting to get really curious about sort of this old world kind of luxury in food. And then I had this amazing 150 or 200-year-old necklace that was given to me from the Nagaland in India. And I just loved the energy of this necklace and decided I needed to pay homage to the Naga people. And so then I went in to my kitchen and I made a curry coconut milk chocolate truffle.
Wow.
And that was like the moment of the epiphany to use chocolate as really a medium for storytelling. And so then every place that I went to, that I traveled to, I had some kind of connection with the people or the food or the ingredients, and I just started using all of that as the story. Anything I created had to have personal meaning to me. And it just so happened that it filled this niche of innovation in chocolate, which needed to be filled.
So you like go around the world trying to find unique flavors to fit new profiles of taste, really. You're like a flavor hunter.
And while Katrina hunts for new flavors, her sister Natalie shares their stories.
Who doesn't want to actually enjoy their chocolate and learn about this new far-off culture or land? I find that everyone has a very personal story about Vosges. That was just in our retail store for Valentine's Day, and someone walked in and was like, the only reason I'm with my wife is because we met at Vosges.
That's pretty hot. The fact that you guys really embrace the story, the aspect of this ingredient or this flavor or this sensation is so important, and slowing down.
I mean, just 1 minute to yourself.
Close your eyes. So you travel quite a bit still.
Yeah, I just got back from an amazing trip to the Valley of Roses in Bulgaria. It's basically this valley in between the two mountains, and that's where the world's finest rose oil comes from. And it's only harvested from May 15th to June 15th, at night.
Only at night?
Because the roses bloom at night, so we source this amazing oil and water, and then we'll be able to use it in the chocolate. So that's the epitome and the beauty of my work.
I think one of the first ones I've had was your dark chocolate sea salt or your bacon, I think.
People love that bacon.
I love bacon.
Oh my, I was actually vegetarian when I made that bar.
Did you eat around the bacon?
There are vegetarians that make an exception for bacon. It's a little bit of a thing.
Bacon-tarians.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a thing.
No recipe is really sacred, because to me it's always about challenging it to be better, and so constantly tasting new ingredients is super important.
I like that. Perfect is the enemy of good.
Yes. I always say if you're not evolving, you're dying, because you're not pushing yourself and your ideas further.
That's why I never strive for perfection.
Exactly.
Just connection.
And with that, it was time to finally explore Vosges' Chocolate Temple.
You excited?
I'm very excited.
Wonderful. Welcome to the Chocolate Temple.
Oh my goodness. After you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, lots of ingredients. What's going on here?
So this is a burnt sugar caramel. So we use these really like old-fashioned copper kettles.
I've never seen any kettle-assisted machinery before. This is really cool. This like
Yeah.
pour.
Well, she's a little gal. She couldn't lift it.
No, I couldn't lift it.
So you can see she's pulling the vanilla beans out of vanilla pods. So you just sort of scrape it with a knife. And then we've got 3 ovens here where all the bacon is baked.
So this is where you post up every morning.
Every morning, it has to be done very, very early. The USDA has particular hours that you can work with bacon.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Vosges' storeroom is like a Moroccan spice market lined with hundreds of different herbs, flowers, roots, and liqueurs. Every hour, their team hand tops between 4,000 and 6,000 truffles.
How many bars does this machine pull off?
They won't even start this line for fewer than 9,000.
Vosges produces around 6.5 million chocolate bars and 2 million truffles each year, and they deposit around 50,000 truffles each shift. In stark contrast to the noise and activity inside their production facility, Vosges' retail locations resonate the romantic decadence and slow indulgence of their brand.
A lot of people are amazed just by how beautiful it is here and how tasteful. It's pretty amazing.
Every time I'm in this neighborhood, I stop by. Vosges is the name of a mountain region, et en français, il y a les montagnes qui s'appellent Vosges, alors c'est nommé après ça.
With 3 locations inside Chicago O'Hare, the Vosges brand provides a truly unique experience to travel the world through chocolate.
The brand identity is very rich and passionate and romantic. You know, peace, love, and chocolate. Vosges, the name was inspired by Place de Vosges in Paris. So when Katrina was in cooking school at Le Cordon Bleu, they took a dark chocolate ganache and they rolled it in beignet dough. And they deep fried it. It's the first time she bit into this crispy outside and this chocolate explosion in her mouth. And she's like, I couldn't speak for minutes because I just was thinking about what was on my palate. So Vosges and the French influence relates back to that.
I love being in this innovation lab. It's very inspiring. And if I were to ask you, could we possibly make a chocolate today to tell a story? Because today's my 14-year wedding anniversary, and I think I could tell the story.
Yes, let's do it.
Once upon a time, I asked my wife to marry me at the castle of Arganese on the island of Ischia.
So what did you eat there? What do they grow there? Tell me more.
Oh gosh, in Ischia. I mean, well, the smell of the sea. I mean, that's the most potent thing.
Well, of course, there's smoked salt.
But yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
Is amazing.
Kind of sea campfire style.
So smoked salt is flumy, it's heavy. We need something that's light and airy.
Maybe
We have the
you were to
roses.
do like roses and smoked salt. That seems so opposite to me, but might be really
It
interesting.
could be interesting.
So I thought we'd actually smoke some of the milk chocolate a little bit.
Do you have rolling papers?
Okay, cool. Oh, there we go.
Oh wow.
Okay, so then cover that radio. Okay, so we're gonna do this for just a couple minutes. I'm gonna turn it off because, in fact, it's quite intense.
It's really
you
intense.
don't need much. It feels very
Yeah,
Castle
it does.
Misty.
It does.
Castle Misty. Okay, so
The
now we're
Moors of
gonna
Scotland.
take this off.
Oh
And-
my gosh.
If you wanna stir, I'll pour this in slowly.
Again, taking the time to do this too, it's
It's nice.
nice. It slows it down.
Yeah,
Life
right?
is so busy.
Okay, I think that's good. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, right. Here, you try, and I'll try. Let's see. It's nice, right?
Yeah, that's really good.
Delicate. That's actually much more delicate than I thought it was gonna be. Good, like a little smoky, and then the rose is right there. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and then we'll scoop out the balls of ganache and finish your truffles as soon as it sets up.
As we learned today at Vosges, no recipe is sacred, and there's no one ingredient to success. Their brand is about passion, love, storytelling, different cultures, and not being afraid to get your hands dirty and try new things. Happy anniversary, Nora. This is for you.
Patty, can he try one?
All right.
What do you think, Patty? Will it pass?